Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle Chibugu and I have been away for a while. I'm so happy to be back. I'm here to talk about a very and not really spoken about topic about in Nigerian normal stages of life. I mean, from when we were born, primary school, secondary school, all the challenges we had to face. You know, all those times, like go into the world. I know you guys must have heard of it severally. So if I'm looking down, please mind you, I have my notes down. I had to write down something so I'll know what I'm talking about while I'm making this video, so I won't be lost on the way, even though I know at some point I'll still be lost. Anyhow, so today we're going to talk about the different stages of life as a Nigerian and the challenges we face in each stages. To start with, we're going to start with the primary school stage. You know, when you get into school, I don't know at what age, I can't even remember the age, I don't know the age you start, I think it can be from 4 so, and then towards the end, your primary 6, that's when you face, I won't really say it's a challenge, it's the first stage where you have to make an important decision. I don't know for other people, but I had to make a decision for myself at that stage. So I had at primary 6, I was 10 years old, and my aim and the only goal I had then was to, write common entrance exam, and all those things were really scary because there's one thing that have to do with failure. I'm so scared because your parents spends money to buy the form, and then you have to read to pass these exams, that kind of thing. And then if you fail the exams, I don't know, African parents, people are different, parents are different, but my own parents, they will not be smiling at you first. You will not be at rest in that house. You can't even eat. You will just be like, this one I feel like this. You will be at peace. That just know there's this kind of peace. You won't have that peace, that courage to go and take anything you want from the kitchen and repeat it. You can't be happy. So I feel like that's the first stage. So as for me, at that stage, I was very bright. Yeah, I was brilliant because the primary school I went to was a very nice and wonderful one. I can recommend it for so many people that are looking for maybe schools for their children to attend in Lagos. So I had finished primary 6 at the age of 10, and I wrote common entrance for I think 3 schools. I went to these schools, and when I was done, I already knew the one I wanted to go to, because when you go to a school and there's a conditioner, there's everything. And then for your information, they were all boarding schools, so I had to choose one boarding school to go to. So I chose this one. It was so wonderful. I love, before I entered the school, I love the school. I also know these people that, when they are at the gates of the school with their parents and their bags and everything, checking in, they'll start crying, mommy. At me, I could not even wait for my parents to go home. Let me start enjoying it with my new friends and everything. So the school was a very wonderful one. I was an athlete. I was so popular. I ran and all. So now moving on to the second stage of life for a Nigerian, it's high school, college. Oh my god, after your secondary school, when you finish making your boyfriend, girlfriend, this period is a period where you make most of your friends, like your secondary school stage, especially in your senior secondary school. So, and after this senior secondary school, I didn't even have a phone self, so I couldn't even keep contact of most of my friends I made there, but just few I could still contact now. And with the help of social media, I'll be able to know what they are doing, where they are, or social media, Instagram and all. So when you finish primary school, you're not going to college, you're going to at the end of secondary school, you're now going to at least I was 16 at that age. You're now going to face like the real challenge that Nigeria will just happen to you. Just find out your reality will just tell you, okay, now you are in Nigeria. Because at that age I was 16, and then I was in SS3, and in SS3 you have to write exam, senior secondary school exam, and that's either WAEC or NECO. I wrote the both for me. So in my school we wrote the both, the WAEC, and after the WAEC I think NECO was the next. So WAEC was more hot. The NECO people were already like, I beg, I don't tire. That's the way it was for people. So, but me, I wrote the both of them. I was waiting for the result. And for WAEC and NECO, depending on the class you are, whether it's science, arts, there are 5 core subjects that you need to pass. You can't get a D in any of these subjects. If not, you have to rewrite WAEC again, because you won't be able to go into university if you fail in any of those 5 core subjects. For me, I was in science, and we had to pass. In fact, maths and English was compulsory for everybody. If you're Nigerian, you know, you have to pass maths and English. You can't get a D in maths and English. Then the remaining three for me as a science student was physics, chemistry, and biology. So, there was one subject amongst those five that I hated so much. Like, not like I hated it, but I didn't really understand it. So I didn't even know where to even start the reading from. And that was physics. I had serious issues with physics. Like, on that exam, in fact, I didn't sleep the night before the exam. I was reading, I don't know what I was reading. I got to the exam hall. And as I was writing the exam, I was like, God, please, I don't know. And when exam results came out, exam results, I got a D in my physics. The reason that helped me was I passed it in NECO. So there's this thing that you can do. You can combine the two results when you want to get admission, or you can either use your NECO for the admission. So most people prefer to use WAEC, but I use my NECO. I cannot die. So then after you write your WAEC, that's not even the end of it. That's why I said Nigeria will come to you. Like, you face the reality of being a Nigerian person. So you now have to start reading for JAMB to pass your JAMB. And as at my own time, JAMB cutoff was 200. I think it was even during our time that now brought it down to 180, but it's not every school that was accepting 180. Schools like Unilag no accept 180, UI no accept 180. All these high schools, schools that we rated high that time, they not accept 180. They are accepting 200. But me, I wanted to go to Unizik, and Unizik was accepting 180. Though my first JAMB, I got 186. And JAMB that day was very, very bad. Even the best students in my class, they failed the JAMB. Like, you know, when you fail JAMB, you don't even know how to tell them that you see my results. Hey! In fact, you never even know how to start. Your parents, you don't even know what your parents will tell you. Whether they will start insulting your life, or, you know, after spending so much money, you not come and tell them that you failed JAMB. Oh my God. I got 186, right? And 180 was the cutoff for Unizik. So I applied for to write their exam. I've forgotten what they call it. You're in a music exam to enter school. So I applied. That was the first exam I wrote, like, for a university. I came out of the, I can't remember really how the exam went, but I came out, and at the end of the day, my people, I didn't even pass the exam. Like, it's not like I didn't pass. I got a score, right? But I didn't get to reach the cutoff for the course I wanted to. And then, my people, I was so confused. No, being the firstborn and the first person to experience this kind of thing in your family, I was really confused because I didn't like physics. And then I didn't even know what I wanted to study. And at that time, it was only medicine and surgery, pharmacy, engineering. What else? I did not know what I want. In fact, I didn't even know where my career path was in life. No, that time everybody will be like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a doctor. Me too, I follow them, say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a doctor. Mama, I don't know what they do to tell you the truth. So, and that's when I failed physics. And I didn't want to write physics in JAMB. And I made the biggest mistake of my life. So, if you are applying for medicine and surgery, you're not supposed to write maths in JAMB. What you're supposed to write is physics. And I was going to put English, maths, chemistry, and biology. I was running away from writing physics, and I put maths. And first of all, that's even the first wrong thing I did that even made my chances of even getting admission to medicine. So I didn't even know what I was doing at that period. And at some point, and I was applying, I changed to, I didn't even know, I did so many nonsense. Like, and there was no advice. My parents have not done this before, so they don't know how to advise me. They don't know how to, all this kind of thing. Being the firstborn, it's not easy. They will learn from you. Your siblings will learn from your mistakes. That's what being a firstborn has does to you. Most times, your siblings learn from your mistake. And most of my mistakes, my siblings learn from it, and they didn't make the same mistake I made, which is a good thing, right? But being the scapegoat is not always easy. So, I wrote, after that, I could not get admission. Then I had to write another JAMB. But then I also applied to Unizik Pre-Science. I went for Pre-Science in MBK 2014. I graduated 2016. No, 2013 from university. That's when I wrote from secondary school, college. That's when I wrote my JAMB. 2014, I went for Pre-Science. And then I had to write JAMB again. So you get admission. You need to pass a cutoff in Pre-Science and also pass 180 in JAM for them to give you admission through pre-science. So I was like, well, fine, 180 is a bit low. At least my first JAM I got 186. And that period for that pre-science, I've never read like that in pre-science, like in my life until I got to pre-science. I read math like pre-science for pre-science exam, and then for the group of friends I have, it was more like a group reading. Even towards the exam period, we came together to revise and all. But another life happened to me. When we were supposed to write JAM, I went back to Lagos to write JAM. And mind you, at that moment, I also registered for School of Nursing, LUT. So I was going to Lagos to write the exam because the exam was in 3 stages, first, second, and third. I went back to Lagos to write the first exam, came back. I think when I went back to Lagos the second time to write the exam, when I was coming back from writing the second exam for School of Nursing, I was also preparing to write the pre-science exam. That was toward the end of pre-science. But in the middle of pre-science, that was when I wrote JAM. I went back to Lagos to write JAM. And my God, when the second JAM result came out, hey, Holy Ghost fire. I got 172, brethren. 172. I was like, is my village people after me? Not that I'm supposed to get 180, just 180 to cut off pass the cutoff mark. I got 172. My roommates got 170. We didn't even know how to tell her parents. Even our auntie said we didn't know, and I already knew in my head that even if I pass this pre-science exam, which I've read so hard for, I will not still get admission because I didn't reach the cutoff for JAM for pre-science. So, man, I just went back to complete what I had started, even if I knew that all my hopes were dashed. I read for the pre-science exam. I passed very well. I did very, very well. I got almost 300. It was over 400. For you to get 300 and something, it's not beans, but I got 290 something. And I did well. I know that at least even if I passed the cutoff for JAM, though they were giving people rubbish course, pastology, nonsense course that when you come out of school, you won't even know what to do with it. So, I came back from all those hassle, and I just knew that 1 year had already gone. I passed the first and second exam of the nursing school, and then the third exam, which was an interview, I was so nervous. I didn't even know what I was doing, and that's how I failed out of the nursing school exam also. Then I had to write JAM again, the third attempt of writing JAM. I was like, this time, never. Like, I read back to back. In fact, at some point, I told my dad that I can't stay in my house again to read for this exam. So to cut the whole story short, I had to go to a family friend's house. I stayed in their house close to Unilag. There are so many good summer coaching areas there. So I was able to go for JAM lesson for the next JAM, and I was reading back to back. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I finished the JAM past questions for the first subject I was supposed to write for JAM: English, physics, chemistry, and biology. And I apart from the JAM exam, I also had a private teacher for physics, which was my own problem. And like the man was teaching me, he was so good, because at some point I was like, why was this thing hard? This is so easy. Like, I finished one of this. Is this CMOK physics textbook? I finished that textbook, like, and I was enjoying it. I feel like this kind of, you enjoy it, so that you can't wait to get back home to go and continue where you stopped your reading from. So it was like, I was there, I was really, if I want to sleep, I would just be like, Michelle, you can't write JAM again. You just wake up, you continue your reading. Like, so after like 2 months there, I went to go and write my JAM the third time. And this time around, no jokes, I passed the 200 cutoff mark. I got 234. I was so happy. I was like, finally. I didn't stop there because I still had exams to write. This time around, I put UNN. Because, that time we used to consider UNN of this big school that's very hard to get to. I didn't know that UNN was easier to get to than the Zig I went for. And then I was going for pharmacy. So after I read for my JAM, I was reading for the post-UTME exam for UNN. I read their past questions. I still went back to my JAM past questions because they picked some questions there also. After reading, I went for the exam and I passed. Like, my score was high. I got 307 or so. over 400, 370. To get 300 and in post-CME is not being. So by the time you calculate everything, your JAM and your post-CME, you get your aggregates. I think my own was 271 or so. And before the post-CME, I was staying in my auntie's house. So she told me, your JAM is very good. I got to 34 and she was like, quite alright, it's good. But she was saying it's not good enough for pharmacy that I was going for. I was like, auntie, what would I do? Because even the kind of pharmacy said, I don't even like drugs. I was just going for pharmacy because, I mean, it's one of the most popular things that people go for, like when you finish school, pharmacy, medicine, all this kind of thing. So like, auntie, I was like, auntie, what will I do? Like, what do you advise I put? Which course? And then her daughter just finished from medical radiography. So she was like, either put medical radiography or med rehab. So I prayed to God. I said, God, please help me. Let me make the right choice. I wrote, I prayed. Then I used my logical thinking. I was like, med rehab is like rehabilitation, like you're working with mad people. Then medical radiography, I didn't even know what that was about. I didn't know what medical radiography was about. So I said, instead of me to go and be working with smart people, that's what I thought it was all about then. Let me go to medical radiography. And I put medical radiography before I went for my post-CME. Actually, I did change of course before I went for post-CME, and by the grace of God, after everything, when I calculated everything, I passed the cut off for medical radiography and I came out in the first place. So that challenge, that stage in life, I had passed through that challenge and stage in life. I was thanking God that, like, now moving on to the next stage. After you have finished getting admission, going through school and coming out, like graduating, is another stage of life that, man, it's not easy. So at this point, it doesn't really matter whether you are 25, 20, 30, you're going to the university, nobody cares. What's there that everybody in the university. So after wasting like 3 years, I didn't care about my age anymore. Then I had to struggle down to start passing all my departmental courses, all the other courses that are not departmental courses, so that I will not have any carryover. But I had these. My main aim was just to graduate, and I wanted to graduate, not that I just wanted to graduate. I wanted to graduate with a good grade also. But graduating in a federal school is not easy. I always advise people, like, forget that thing. They say federal school is the best school, that. Please, if you have money for private, please go. If you have money for private, there's no need to go and suffer yourself to go to federal university with all the strike and everything that is happening. I faced, like, COVID-19 we spent 1 year at home for COVID-19, 2020. I was supposed to graduate 2020, but I didn't graduate 2020 because of COVID-19. And then ASU was also on strike during that COVID-19. So, my dear, I graduated 2021 after school. So after graduation now, you go into a different stage of life entirely. And this all depends on individual. Not everybody is going to follow this line. That's why they say that you should not compare yourself with other people. After MS, BSc, some people go ahead to further their studies, masters. Some people look for how to get job, to further their career, to get money, business and all. While other people go into marriage and kids. So life happens. Life happens in different stages. Even at the secondary school stage, not everybody is even able to further to go to university. People at that stage just stop and go and learn business and other things. So comparing your life with people is not something I advise anybody to do. Just go your way. Follow your own path. God has a plan for you. We're not born the same time. We're not born with the same goals and with the same everything. We're not born together. Everybody has what it is they're supposed to achieve here in life, in this country, in this planet Earth. So don't compare yourself with others. And another thing I'll advise people is, which I advise myself now currently, is to always have contacts. You need people more than you need education. I will not lie to you. Like, you need to know people. Like, you need to know people. Networking is the goal now. You need to know so many people, and it will help you to go far in life. So I mean, tell me, how was your life stage? Like, how did you go in life? What challenges did you face in your different stages of life? And how did life happen to you? What was your reality? Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, comment, tell me what you think about this video. Also like and recommend to your friends.